Sara is that, you know, she's batting away in many different areas, and we're absolutely here this evening and supporting her efforts in Afghanistan. But I can tell you that this amazing woman is about her worldwide efforts. And that's what we need to do. Let's love each other and not look at the differences. Let's look at the similarities and spread love all around the world, guys.
Hallelujah. I love that.
Didn't say hallelujah.
Sara actually is working endlessly for the cause every single day of the year.
Yes.
And the great thing is, whenever you call Sara, she's working for the orphans,
yes.
She's working for the children, and she's dedicating her time, her heart, her love for the children, for the orphans, and that's what brings us all together. And here she is, standing there so much in the background, and she is a woman that belongs all the way to the front all year long, because she
Yes.
has all this magic.
Yes. You know, when we were talking to Sara earlier, some of the questions that when people caught her outside in the lobby and looking at some of the auction items, which I hope all of you have gotten a chance to take a look at, and this beautiful additional piece that one of your guests brought in. You know, people have been asking how exactly, because if you go on her social media and you see like her standing next to things exploding or standing next to a building that's been completely demolished and seeing children that are standing next to her that have blood on them and her not wavering at all, standing firmly with her feet planted firmly there to support these people and these young people. See, they're people that they didn't ask for this. You know how you're in a situation that you didn't ask for?
Wonderful.
Well, when I think about what Sara's doing and when I think about what the World Orphanage Foundation is doing, and we were having this conversation, the question tonight is going to be, how do you continue to move forward when so many people would give up?
And Sara is sharing the story of her foundation, of this amazing logo, through Bella Makhtari and Annalise CG, and we welcome them here on stage. These beautiful ladies are going to tell us more about the beautiful Orphanage Foundation. Thank you.
Here you go.
We're doing if we can get them across the border to Tajikistan or Pakistan.
Good evening, everyone. We'd like to start by thanking each and every one of you for joining us this evening and supporting World Orphanage Foundation. My name is Bella Makhtari, and this is my dear friend, Annalise CG. Tonight we were given the opportunity to introduce World Orphanage Foundation and share the background of the logo itself. But we believe that no one else can explain it better than my mother, the founder herself, Sara Kazimi. Please welcome her to the stage.
Bravo for Sara Kazimi. Please, standing ovations for this unique woman helping the children of these wonderful countries of our planet.
Thank you. Thank you. Please. Kind of overwhelming. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time from your Sunday and being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sean, for being here. The gentleman who represents me and makes sure that everything is being taken care of. I'd like to thank our viewers. We have 3,900 viewers from around the world. And every time I look at my phone, I want to make sure that I'm not coding you something wrong. And it's going up, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank my team in Afghanistan. The gala that you see being produced without my team in Afghanistan, working night and day US hours and Afghanistan hours, it would not be possible. World Orphanage Foundation website, the graphics, the artwork, the invitation, everything you see, it's done in Afghanistan. Thank you. Today we have 34 employees in Afghanistan. So all the jobs that I was able to do here, I took it to Afghanistan. That's how we make sure that organization stays sustainable. My daughter told me nobody can explain World Orphanage Foundation better than anyone. Thank you, Bella. I really appreciate it. Why it started. How did it start? 10 years ago, when I was broken inside, when I was hurting and in pain, I asked my Creator to show me the light, show me my purpose. What is my life purpose? I was a banker, which Senator Nate Holden knows. I was a salesperson. I've had many jobs, but nothing fulfilled me internally. So the flag that I created is unity movement, unite, make love. And when you look at Leo Bella handbags, it have the outline of the country. And that outline creates borders. If you're from Israel, if you're from Russia, if you're from Afghanistan, if you're from Iran, from any part of the world, they identify you based on your flag, and automatically they put a religion. If you're from Israel, so you must be Jewish, right? And if you're from Afghanistan, you're Muslim. Oh, these two people are not supposed to be communicating, but I have more Israeli people today supporting me. So the pain started from there. That why do we always have to have borders among flags? Then the first logo that it started, it's a tree that looks like a dead tree. Not many people believed in me. Not many people could think that the organization can last 10 years. Today, that organization went through so many seasons, just as you see in the backdrop. It went through cold winters. It went through colorful autumn. It turned into beautiful summer. And the middle logo, it's the fruits of our labor. It's all of you guys. When I first started the organization, I put a percentage of Leo Bella, the handbags, into World Orphanage Foundation. And I've always been telling everyone, I'm self-funded. How can an organization stay self-funded? Is when you do business, you give back to philanthropy. Till today, right now, World Orphanage Foundation never had a grant, never applied for anything, never took any money from any government sector. I self-funded it. Leo Bella Business and Logistic Company based out of Afghanistan. This year, the logistic company started so I could create jobs. You want the dried fruits of Afghanistan? We got it. We could do the logistic for you. And that's how we make the country sustainable. So it helps, it gives back. Leo Bella, when you purchase a purse, it's just not a Leo Bella purse. It helps a community to stay together. So anything I do, I make sure that it gives back. And that's what the logo means. Why we are all here today, and what have the organization done in past 10 years? We have done 12 water wells in Afghanistan. in different part of the country where poverty is, so we can provide clean water. And in order to keep the country sustainable, I want to make sure these water wells can provide water for the land so we can cultivate and give jobs, because through agriculture, we can be sustainable. We are not going to give them a fish for a day. Russia came to our country, did many great things, but they had to leave. UK did that. They had to leave. I believed in my country, that I once came as a refugee here, that they will do something, but they left the country, even worse than where it was. Promises that they did not keep. Women will have jobs. Women will be able to stay sustainable. Today, no woman is sustainable in Afghanistan. They don't even have a voice. They can't even get out of their home. Education, they've been deprived. They're not allowed to go to school. So how are you going to build a country that you're not allowing education? We found a solution. Over the past couple of months, when I was on the very last flight from Dubai, when the invasion happened, I did not know what to expect. But about 2 months ago, I said online school. That is the solution.
Yes.
You don't want us to go to school? I will provide online school.
Yes. Yeah.
So today, women, men, anyone in Afghanistan want to educate themselves and learn, they can go to online school, and World Orphanage Foundation will provide that platform. And we will make sure to unite with more organization that is focused on educational sector, so we can provide, because nobody can help Afghanistan. Right now, nobody knows what's going to happen. Other than water wells, I have personally went into over 7 schools, invested funds to make them sustainable. Dr. Raufi, which is right here, he had witnessed, and all our feasibility reports are on our website, that I go into the school, speak to them, provide pens, pencils, notebook to the kids to make sure that they've moved forward with the education. About a little over 2 months ago, when I was speaking to some of the schools in Kuchiabad, that I helped over 1,100 students, they said, Sara, you promised us to build a school for girls. I said, I'm not going to give up on my promise. I will do it. I can't do things alone. I need others to unite, because with unity, we can grow globally. With your help, I can build that school. How much longer can I take from other organizations that I've built myself and provide? But now I ask for each and every one of you to come and help me with this unity movement. About a year ago, I moved to Afghanistan, and everybody thought it's a very bad idea. I said, you know what? If I don't do it, it's going to repeat itself. After 10 years of making sure that I have the feasibility report, and I study how my country basically works, the economical system works, I moved there and I created an internship program so people understand how to work with US work ethics. So after creating the internship program a year ago, I went through over 100 interns and I hired them. And I made sure they work under my roof with my work ethics. Because if I could do this in 2.5 weeks, I think they can learn that there is hope. There's definitely hope. Thank you. And the reason we are here, 6 or 7 days ago, I have Brad Park right here among us, who makes sure that everything I do in Afghanistan, since we are registered between United States of America and Afghanistan through Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the gentleman who helped me, Naveed, thank you. I really appreciate you. Without the embassy behind me, I don't think a year ago I would have been able to do that. When the general consulate here, they said, these are the paperwork you need. I did the paperwork myself. And I hand-delivered it to Afghanistan. And the minute I arrived in Afghanistan, they made sure that it's me. How could someone a week ago be in the US and now right here in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Over the past 10 days, I have reached out to every senator in the United States of America and every congresswoman, every congressman. I have reached out to United Nations, and I've had meetings. Office of Diana Feinstein, Office of Senator James Padilla, Senator from Oklahoma. There are so many of them. And they got back to me. They know my message. I'm not gonna stop, because somebody has to be a voice for humanity. And I have no issue to back up my people in Afghanistan. 6 kids died, literally died, a week ago because of hunger. We're expecting 3 million Afghan to not make it this winter. And these are statistics that you can go to worldorphanage.org, read about it, because everything I do, there's a feasibility report. Everything is backed up with statistics behind it. So if 3 million people in Afghanistan are going to die because of the cold, and our banking sector is a sanction, how many organizations out there is in US and registered in Afghanistan can provide assistance? I know I'm one of them, because I did the work last year and I had to fight for it. Being a woman in Afghanistan, trying to become a bridge between the two nations, it wasn't easy. I had to leave my kids behind. So I make sure other kids have future. Now, what's happening in Afghanistan today is, it's the world's worst humanitarian crisis ever. And all I ask for you guys is to be a voice, to help my people. And when we create jobs 8 years ago, I made sure that people who were beggars on the street, women, men, I said, if you want a job, I will give you a job. And the ones who said, oh, tomorrow, today give me money, I said, that's not me. The one who agreed, I took them on a saffron farm. And I taught them how to cultivate saffron. Instead of giving them fish for a day, I gave them a fish for a lifetime. Can we take this organization to another level? Yes, absolutely. With people who believe in it, people who understand It's a global unity movement. It's an agriculture movement. That if you donate, you should get fruits of the labor. What is it that you're investing in, Sarah? Is it saffron? You know what? I'm gonna purchase your saffron. Is it grapes? Is it raisin? What is it? And all of that is on globalagriculturedevelopment.org. Because I have invested 10 years of my life making sure that a country stays sustainable. Thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I like to take questions. I'm available to each and every one of you here tonight. Anybody have any questions? I'm ready to answer. Any questions, please raise your hand. Come on, you guys, really? Yes.
Sorry, I think there is a lot of interest in the saffron, because you also have the saffron here. How this idea came upon, and it's a wonderful saffron you are having here with you. So please tell us a little bit more about the history, story, and how your saffron is so good.
Thank you. 8 years ago, when I went to Afghanistan and I made sure that our ladies are cultivating saffron, so I said, you know what if you donate and then I give you fruits of the labor? And that's where saffron started, because the country is known to be cultivating agricultures that is not suitable, that are narcotics. So why not turn it into saffron? And why saffron? It's anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, helps depression, reduces cancer. And there is so much more about it, because I've done the research.
And tastes delicious.
Thank you, thank you. So that's why I made sure that if you want to cultivate a product, that it helps mental health, it helps the homeopathic, and it helps our health. So that's why saffron. Any other question I would love to answer? Yes?
What are some of your upcoming projects or goals that you have that you'd like to share with us?
Our upcoming project is more water wells, because there is no clean water in Afghanistan. Our project is online school, to keep the online school more sustainable, to provide food. In past 2 weeks, if you look at our social media and our feasibility report, we have delivered food to 1,000 families. Bread, rice, sugar, oil, because people are starving. So these are the projects. And through this winter, this is when we need help. Because right now, it's very difficult times when the trade sector is closed and the borders are not allowed and flights are canceled. So it makes it a little difficult, because right now people are just really, they have no hope. The entire country is depressed. Any other question?
My question to you, first of all, I really appreciate what you're doing, not only as Afghans, what you're doing for Afghanistan as a human being, for what you're doing. My question to you is the current situation in Afghanistan with the current government, where women are not allowed to work, to even go outside of the house right now, how do you plan to go forward with your plan?
So her question, with today, what's happening in Afghanistan with the new government, how are you planning to create jobs? Beautiful question. What I'm planning to do is increase our internship program online so I could have a resume of what are you good at. Then just exactly what's happening today in the United States, everything is online, everything is e-commerce, right? Why can't we do it in Afghanistan? There are women that can write programs, that can build websites, that can create graphics. Can I create jobs in Afghanistan? Absolutely. Because those women, they have to feed a family. So how can a government come and say, no work for women? Are you going to feed them? Are you going to take food to their house? What if their husbands or the provider is dead? What if they fled the country? Who's going to feed them? So how are you, the new regime, how are you going to make this country sustainable? How are you going to keep a woman who have 5, 6 kids sustainable and tell her to stay home? Because that's not humanity. That's nowhere a part of humanity. So if they stay home, stay home. Can you do something? Can you create a website? Can you do a graphic? Can you pick up the phone and make calls to few farmers? Hey, Sarah is going to purchase your commodity. Yes, there's always a solution to all the problems in the world. It requires faith. It requires courage. So these are the things that I believe it's doable. It just takes time and it requires a teamwork, because without a team, it's only I, and there's no I in teamwork. It's us. Any other question?
Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for an incredible night, and it's obvious the amount of impactful work that you and World Orphanage Foundation are doing. How can we all support you through purchasing the purses and the saffron? Where can we make those purchases?
Tonight, they are right here outside in the foyer. You can purchase the saffron or the purses. You can go online. When you donate to World Orphanage Foundation, we have partnered up with Gold Saffron CBD, gentleman sitting right here, that he purchases the saffron from us and make sure to keep Afghanistan sustainable. So they have asked us, every time somebody donates to World Orphanage Foundation, we want to be the first contributor, that here is fruits of her labor. And I'd like to thank you, Max. I really appreciate you. Max have watched me to struggle through so many years. Just like Max, just like Davi Davenport, just like the majority of you who've been here. So I had a choice to give up, but I did not. My message to Afghanistan and my team: never give up hope. When you find your passion, go for it. And message to my son and to my daughter: I love you guys for always supporting me. Thank you so much for always staying home alone while your mother is providing and helping other kids. I adore you guys for supporting me over 10 years and sticking by my side, helping me with the gala. Everything I do is for the next generation. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'd like to invite Brad Park to make...
But I want to say that I loved what you say about
Thank you. Yes. Education is because they can take your things, your money, your goals from you, but they can never take your knowledge and the education and the information you have. Thank you so much. Once again, I really appreciate each and every one of you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Over here, in the back, in the light blue.
My son. Yes, sir.
Hi, Mom. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How long do you intend to keep World Orphanage, Rio Bella, and everything to go on? Is it till the end? Is it going to go on? Is it going to go to me and Bella? Like, I want to know how long it will last. Just curiosity.
Absolutely. The day my life ends here in this time zone is the day each and every one of you guys will put a beautiful gala with drinks, party, music, celebrating again World Orphanage, because because the founder is gone doesn't mean an organization dies. This is for the next generation. I love you, Leo. But anything I built for the next generation and the next generation. Just because the founder is dead doesn't mean the organization dies. That means it becomes even more powerful because each and every one of you and 4,600 viewers.
Wow.
Because the day I die is the day to party, the day to raise funds, the day to help the next generation. And that's how we come together. Will I ever leave anything behind? When it's going to stop? Never. I don't build anything for me. I build it forever.
Bravo.
Yes, sir.
Question. What's your message for the younger generation to get involved and become activists, especially also for diaspora, how to come together and work together? Because the situation is very dire for Afghans around the world. What kind of message do we have to bring the community together and work together, especially younger generation, become activists?
So the question was, how do you bring the next generation of young Afghan and the diaspora together to unite? Sign up to World Orphanage Foundation. You have a question? My cell phone is actually on the website. That's why I take question right here. Because if we all envy one another, if we all say no, and if we all hold back, nothing is going to happen. Change happens when you change yourself. So unite, come to World Orphanage Foundation, let's put another event together. And the event could be a networking, a collaboration, bringing the like-minded people together. So instead of envying, uniting is better. And my message to the young Afghans, be proud of who you are. Because no country was able to bring us down. We are fighters. I come from that land. No country was able to invade us completely. Every one of them had to say, you know what, we cannot be here. We don't know how to fix these people. They cannot fix me, right? I'm still a voice. But anyhow.
Powerful voice.
Thank you. I'd like to have Brad Park make a quick comment. He is the gentleman who makes sure that I'm secure and alive while I'm in Afghanistan.
I'm Brad Parks. I was your photographer on the red carpet. I'm clearly not a photographer. In the real world, I see Kieu, a mockingbird here. Last time I was in LA, we had a great party together. She runs the Punk Museum, by the way. In 2014, I acquired the Hollywood Film Festival. And I acquired it because of my previous military experience, other things that I've done in the world. I bought it to help bring light to dark places. We built relationships in 70 nations around the world, had a big event in 2019. Variety magazine's been a great partner. I got a big print article, and then COVID. So after a year off, I actually got COVID twice. I was in Cannes 16 weeks or so ago, giving a speech, Barcelona, London, got COVID again. And I was 102 fever on August 12th when a young man named Sabarak Nassari called me. His film Sabarak won my festival in 2017. He spent 11 years as the lead translator for Mark DeVito's SEAL team in Afghanistan. He was injured badly by the Taliban. General James Allen brought him back to the States in that film. We became very dear friends. Thomas and Matthew Castro produced it. August 12th, he called me and said, Brad, I know you didn't always run a film festival, that other stuff you didn't like doing. Can you do it to help my mom and dad and brothers get out of the country? And so, if you've seen the Fox News article last week, there's a gentleman, an American veteran, went back to Afghanistan, an Afghan-American citizen. He's here in this room. You didn't see him, but he's here. That's my friend. As sergeants both, I've been running comms with him. I don't know, when I first met Sara, it was through her Orphanage Foundation bringing food. His code name is Legend. That's my fault. He doesn't mean that. It was kind of a joke because we knew it was a story. I said, do something legendary. Well, that day he helped to smuggle a Christian family with Muslim support through the Solon Pass. He carried cigarettes on him. About 3 weeks ago, he was caught bringing people across Portland border. He was lashed 7 times because he was a cigarette smuggler. It's better to get lashed than killed. So I apologize to Tequila, all my art friends. I've been running comms on security teams, safety actions. I have to explain to Hollywood why I've been doing this other nefarious stuff. It's because I was a soldier for 10 years. James, if you could stand up, Melissa, Matt, you know, when these are part of the evacuation rescue efforts, there's about 500 of us. We're all former soldiers. When you raise your hand as a soldier, you take an oath for the Constitution for life, not when you're enlisted. We have acquired some Afghan planes. Myself and Victor Esch, who built the Afghan EMS system, are going back to Termez for a little winter vacation. Operation Khaleesi, there's 15 young American citizens whose parents came here as Afghans that now are back there that don't count, and the Taliban doesn't get them. So Sarah's charity and her company is licensed in America. It's licensed in Afghanistan. It's a very, and thank you for helping with that, by the way. It's a very unique bridge. It's an opportunity for her to do real good, and it costs money. So right now, when I was out taking photos and singing in my ear, right now I'm listening to my families at 16 safe houses, 168 souls that are hungry.